Right, we should be going in just a second there. Give us a moment and we'll just get cracking in just a second there, okay? Right then, what's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. Welcome to episode 122. Freaking hell, man. Every time I keep saying these numbers, it just, it bamboozles me. What the fuck I'm using? Bamboozle. Bamboozle. Who uses that word? Bamboozle. So what's going on, guys? Man, how's it going, man? Oh, shit, man. We got like a number of alphas here. We got Cruz here. What you saying, man? Morning to have you. Good to have you here. We got Falcon. Falcon is a geezer, man. He's a solid guy. A solid guy. Do you remember when I talked about tier 7, the tier 7 network, and I talked about like Crypto Shadow? Well, Falcon's got a big ass role to play in as well. Really good, humble guy that I know. He keeps things really quiet. He doesn't really talk too much, right? But I am gonna plug him in just for the sake of plugging him in because I got love for the geezer. So what the fuck's going on, Batista? Oh shit. Okay. 1 second. Where is it? Falcon. Let's type in Falcon. There we go. Give him a follow. Right. Shout out to Falcon, Crypto Falcon Crypto Falcon OFF, like a legendary geese as well. So I'm guessing like if there's any issues or any questions you got about like the metaverse monkey, you can actually chat to Falcon and to Shadow itself. Let's message Falcon. Shadow's a busy guy. Well, not Falcon is, but you know what it is. You know what this is how it is. But so big love to the guy as well there, man. So we've got a lot of respect for him. Who else we got? We got Jordan Doherty. We got Justin. We got Bomb Biggie. Gooner's in the house. Ed's in the house. We got Gandalf, Starsky, we got Seamus Murray, we got GP, Final Country Club, and Nick Mooney. How you doing, man? How you guys doing, man? Nick, I don't think I've seen your name before, and Seamus as well. But you may have watched it, watched the show. You guys know how it goes. Lewis Lee, what's going on, my bro? Yo, what you saying, my G? We got Marta. Hey, Marta, how's it going? It's been a while. I haven't seen you around for a little while. Hope you guys doing well, man. It's Christmas coming up as well. I think everyone's all blessed now. Crypto question is crypto gonna pump or is crypto gonna dump? We don't fucking know, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out level to level. Still early in the month as well, which means that as the price action unfolds, we'll get to see what the deal is. Remember, above the monthly open is bullish, below the monthly open is bearish. So that's the first key thing we want to talk about. Yeah, definitely. How's work going though? We've got Tony Floody. How you doing, my bro? Good to have you here, man. So let's get cracking into dollar index. Dollar index is what we're looking at. So the key is right. So this is really the area that we've been concentrating in this area here. Pump then dump. Yeah. Saying that, I really do think because like I don't know if you guys have seen me talk about the Fed pivot. It's gonna happen eventually. I mean, the interest is gonna calm down, and when the Fed pivot happens, I'm down for a short, a mad short, and I'm gonna just briefly touch base onto what could happen itself. But leading into December itself, we could well get a bullish month in crypto itself, just to end things up nicely as well. I do want to talk things a little bit on the macro and then work on the plans there. So bear with me. Hopefully you learn a few things here or two and whatnot. And we'll just look for some plans to take some trades here and there. So it is Monday, start of the week, so just take things a little bit easy. I'm not in a rush. I'm actually in a short on Ethereum, right? Like I've taken a short on Ethereum really aggressively as well. Happy to be wrong. I'll explain that in a moment when I get to Ethereum. And then when the price flips over onto the upside and does go for a push up, then yeah, 100% I'm gonna flip the market there, and then, flip the bias there, and take the longs there. I got Meltdown in the house. What's going on? You back back to the UK? Good to have you back, man. The UK's missed you, bro. You know what? The UK is shit, fam. I'm looking outside. It is cold. It's freezing, man. My nuts are freezing and shit like that. It's mad. So yeah, we got. The weekly range high, the weekly range low, and this is where the range band environment has happened. We've got a deviation on the upside. We've got like a support on the bottom side. Come back down, do a deviation, and this is where it comes down to. So when you look at this, right? So I'm going to focus on this particular PA only because it's just been the start of the month, right? We know the start of the month is here, all right? So if I were to ignore everything else, we know that's the monthly open. Okay, that's where the monthly open started off, and that's where we are. We're below the monthly open, so it is bearish, right? Straight off the bat. Now, if we were to reclaim and hold above it, show bullish price action, high highs, high lows, and stuff like that, then we can start saying, yep, time to take the long, push up higher on the dollar index. But for the time being, let's just focus on the PA where it is. PA, for those who don't know, it's price action. Thank you, Cruz, man. Smash the likes, everybody, man. Really appreciate you guys actually being here. If it is your first time being here, stick around, and you may learn a thing or two. If it's if it's the last time they're gonna be here, then piss off. I'm joking. I'm messing. I'm messing. So literally, this is what it is, right? So, where was the open? The daily open. Daily open started off right over here. So this is where the daily open was, and we're just above the daily open. So let me just change the color so everyone can actually see what's going on. We're above the mother fudge. No, there we go. That's it. There we go. It was this funky candle right there. So we're above the daily open, right? So we're starting to make higher highs and thingy. So it looks like a high low there. This is on the 1 hour, right? So what we're looking, I'm just giving you a gist of it, and then when nail it down, Will Smith. Seamus, you fucking gangster. What's going on, Angela? Good to have you here, my bro. Got another legend there. So yeah, so we're pushing up higher highs. We're taking out these highs there. That's all good there. So potentially what could happen is a pullback, and a pullback, hold above it. We shoot it into these areas there, from this area there. I mean, like in terms of like the next SR, it's this SR here. We reclaim this SR, so we're literally playing between these two areas here. Reclaim this SR over here. We push up into these there, fill out the inefficiency over there, and then we'll see what happens. And if it were to be a continuation of bullishness, you got the higher highs, higher lows, play it back up into the monthly open, and we'll see what happens. Which means there's going to be a short in the market in terms of ES, a short in the market in currency against the dollar, like Euro USD, GBP USD, and all that kind of stuff. And there'll be a short on crypto. Short term wise, I'm still kind of leaning on a bullish play, right around 17.5k, 18.2k, and 18.7k. We discussed that on last week itself. I'm still leaning towards that. I'm not thinking like, oh no, it's bear time, let's start shorting. No. I play like, for those who actually are new, or those who actually have been here before, I'm a day trader. I just trade during the day. So I'm quite happy to flip buys, shorts and longs, shorts and longs, and longs, and then play shorts till the game is over, right? So like, people, Danks deserve it. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for that bomb, Biggie. Good to have you here as well. So, I mean, I'm happy to play this market up and down, no matter what it does. It's just, I'm just like, look, I've said this over and over again. I'm gonna say this again. 90% of trading is actually planning, right? Planning and setup. I had a geezer come up on and DM me, and he was telling me, like, studied a couple of months here and there, and understands the theory, but is actually having the difficulty of actually taking the trade. Confidence is an issue. That's always going to be an issue with a lot of people. Confidence is always going to be an issue. For me, I had a confidence issue when it comes to trading. I mean, like what you see now, me just drawing lines and marking out supports and resistance and ranges and stuff like that. That took a long fucking time. It didn't come over a weekend. No way. Or over a month or two. This is like 5 years in the making. So what you see right now of what like in terms of my ability to have a look at the trade and see what the possibility, and look at the day trades and X, Y, and Z. To get stopped out, take some trades, make some profits here and there. That's 5 years in the making. It's not gonna be an easy ride up. But I promise you, if you put in the work into it, you can't go wrong. Like, let me chat to you guys quickly, actually. So, like, this is a bear market, right? And this bear market in particular is is going to be the craziest bear market, right? It's not over yet. Can I join the stream Wednesday, Cruz? Cruz, you know what? I'm gonna have to message everyone in the Daink Country Club over tonight itself. Anyway, I'm gonna start messaging and whatnot, and get back to a few messages from the weekends X, Y, and Z. So leave that with me. When I get back to you, right? And because me and you got a chat of like thinking of what's happening in the country club, which I was talked about like yesterday itself. It was like, which I added everyone itself. So when I message you, just remind me then, okay? And we'll discuss about that, okay? For you, that's not a problem there. Wednesday, you have to bear in mind. I can't tell you off the bat that if we are gonna actually do a stream on Wednesday, or potentially tomorrow. I can't tell you off the bat. Its reason being is for those who actually are aware on Twitter, I'm a brother of mine has passed away. God bless his soul. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for me as well. So like, I'm gonna go speak to the coroner to try and get the body released out as soon as possible, and then try and get this funeral as soon as possible. So it's like, so this week is gonna be a bit iffy. I don't know if funeral's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. We don't know. So it's going to be a bit weird, but in the meantime, the stream will still go on, but it'll be one of those unpredictable ones. So best thing I'd say, Cruz, is we'll look at next week, if that's okay. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that. It is what it is. We went to school together. Yeah, man, we went to school together. We played, we fight, we play football and stuff like that. Got into a couple of fights with with some random geezers and whatnot. Good times as well. Went to college together as well. He did one thing, I did another set of subjects. He went to the language subjects. I went to the mathematics and science subjects. So we didn't really speak so much, but we were still friends. And then we were friends in uni. We went to the same uni itself, and we had a bit of an issue going on back in 2015. No, 2017. Sorry, yeah, 2017. We had a bit of an issue, and we argued a little bit. That was it. All right, walked away. We didn't really speak to. We didn't say anything. I mean, it was respectful between me and him. We just stopped talking, and I do regret not picking up the call, and say, yo, bro, listen, in the day, you're my bro. I got a lot of love for you. I miss the guy. No matter what the issue is, whether he's right or whether I'm wrong, it's one thing that I'm gonna live with as a regret. But God bless him anyway. So like, hopefully, now I'm doing what I can for him for his funeral. In the meantime, so that's my way of saying, like, I got love for you. But yeah, so because of that, it's gonna be this week is gonna be a little bit iffy itself in terms of like what time stream is gonna be on and what X, Y, and Z. Just because after the stream in the afternoon, I'm gonna head down to Coroner's and see what the deal is. So anyway, enough of that. So God bless him. So yeah, I was saying about like life is short, man. Same age, bro. He's 30. He turns 31 on the December 26th, Boxing Day. So young lad, passed away, one heart attack, and that was it. He smoked a couple of cigarettes here and there. I don't know about, obviously I don't know how he lived his life after 2017, but in 5 years you lost your sister, man. May your sister rest in peace, my bro. That's a tough one when you lose like a sibling, when you lose your like someone who's very close to you. Yeah, so I was saying about this life is the whole life which he had ahead of him. Yeah, he did. 31 years old, man. 31 years old. It is what it is, man. Yeah, life's too precious. And look, the point is really what I want to say to you guys is, regardless of what the situation you have with your brothers, your sisters, your mum and dad, whatever the issue is, life's too fucking short, man. Just reach out to them, whether you're wrong or they're wrong, doesn't really matter. Be the bigger person, say you're sorry, and try and amend things. Make them aware. I make them aware that like you're still they're still there. Like you're still there for them, and whatever happens, you're gonna be there. Just let them know. I think it's like we're so sucked into our own world. We don't even fucking give a shit about other people. We just care about little. All we do here is talk about crypto. We have a few jokes here and there, but we're so like in the cocoon of crypto that our loved ones, the ones that we laugh together, we break bread together, these kind of things as well. They we don't know what they're going through. We don't know if they feel neglected. We don't know what's the issue is as well. Like we don't know what's going on in their life. So reach out to them. At the end of the day, that's life for you, man. It's life. Life is life, and we move on. So let's go. What's going on, John? How you doing, bro? So yeah, I was saying like crypto in terms of the bear market is going to be the biggest one. So what I mean by that is that, so how everyone got to short at 69K, right? Well, not everyone. A lot of like the big players who were smart behind the whole thing got the short around the 60K marker, around the 50K marker, maybe in the 40K marker, and we all missed it. We're now at 17K. Is it going to go to 12K? Is it going to go to like 24K? We don't know. We just don't know. So the point is, right, that when you come to like trading itself, we understand the fundamentals. So the fundamentals is one thing, and look, the fundamentals of the idea of a Fed pivot is it seems appealing. A lot of people, which is really weird though, on Twitter. I don't know about YouTube itself, but on Twitter, a lot of people were very, very pro for this what you call it, this Fed pivot, which is not a problem in it, right? Which makes sense as well, because we had inflation, we need to go through a recession. But in terms of like pro of stock markets and pro of crypto, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense. We've had like many years of stock markets, Fed pivots, like over a period of like 100 years. Well, not 100 years, a lie, but 80 years or so. We had like a range of fucking Fed pivots itself. Yeah, nearly, yeah, in my 90 years. I think 1930 was the first one or some shit like that. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I may be wrong, but something along the lines of like, well, definitely more than 50 years. That's what I can say to you guys. But um, so each time we had a Fed pivot, right, the market collapses. When the market collapses, that means the stock market collapse. When the stock market collapse, Bitcoin's gonna follow through as well. You know, like the idea that we had back in 2020, 2021, so oh, this time is different. Oh, this time, Bitcoin is a fight against inflation, or Bitcoin is not correlated to SPX and not to the stock markets. You've learned a horrible lesson now, right? It's true, right? Everyone has learned a horrible lesson, which is it's not different. It runs alongside with the stock markets. It runs like the stock markets. It runs. Yeah, you have the like 100x, the 10x, the 5x move, whatever, all that kind of shit. But regardless, it does have its run. It does have its moments with the stock markets, right? It just so happened lately it's not been the case because Sam and FTX is fucked up, but it is what it is. So the fundamentals of the Fed pivot is when they start announcing a Fed pivot, boy, we are gonna short the fucking market. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be shorts galore, bukkake everywhere. It's gonna be fucking mental, fam. I'm telling you, I can't wait because I've never traded like a recession period. Yeah, 2019 was the 2020 crash was a black swan. It's different. This is not a black swan. This is gonna be a grind over months, potentially over like a year, which makes sense because what do we have fundamentally that's bullish in crypto? We've got the Bitcoin halving, right? So we've got the Bitcoin halving. What does that mean? That means that like in 2024, which is going to be about May, we got about 17 months. I was telling the guys yesterday, right? I'm gonna just pass it on to you guys as well. I thought at least you guys you're aware as well. There's 37 of you guys. Smash the fucking likes, man. Good to have you here, Crypto Dad. Louis Lee, appreciate that, man. Punit, got to know about you from Trading Congress by Bev. Great knowledge gained from you. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You know, hope you guys enjoyed that one. You know, I did 2 sessions with BC Richfield. Shout out to BC Richfield. Good man he is as well. Got a lot of love for the guy. So yeah, so what's thinking made more money in the bear than bull? Fucking hell, dude. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a fucking short galore. So like, be patient. If you miss out the trades, just be patient. We are gonna get the moments to short the market, and when it does happen to short the market, it's gonna be sick. I'm gonna talk about it in just a brief moment as well. Just so you guys can understand. So while the market's pushing up, the market's pushing up. While the market's pushing down, the market's pushing down. This is bear market, right? So in bear market, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually look for shorts. It's still a bear market. Like regardless of what they were saying, right, back in like when when it was at 20k, we were all well, I was thinking 21 and a half. I was looking at those numbers. Then it started fucking collapsing in November because of the whole FTX shit. So let's just focus on the PA and the price action one step at a time. So like I just drew the plan. This is what's capping the market on the dollar. So I want to see how we react over here. Do we get a close above here during London? Push it up into this area there, and then we'll see what happens if we can get into this area there. That's the monthly open. While at the monthly open, right? Although like I'm short term like bullish, potentially looking for a bullish play itself. At the monthly open, what we're looking for is, do we come back up, do a little bit of a spike, do something like this, play it back down, and then this bearish market structure, send this back down to the fucking gulag. That's what we're looking at as target 1, and then we go down a lot more lower to about 100 and something. Yeah, 100.3, I believe, something along the lines like that. We'll see how that works. We don't fucking know. We'll work that out when the time comes. So that's a potential play there. Okay, cool. So that's dollar index. Let's move into ES. ES is now mushing. What the fuck am I saying? ES is actually pushing downwards, right? Sorry about that. Let me bring up my levels. Let's just see what the fuck we got here. So the first things first, right? Let's just go on a bit of a higher time frame on the weekly. Let's see how the weekly is done, right? So weekly wise, let me just hide all this stuff. There we go. So weekly wise, right, we're grinding up. I mean, we're grinding up. We've had a bullish close, and that's not bad, right? That's not bad as well. I mean, where's the potential like resistance? We'll be off this low here. We're close to that level there. We've also got this level here. What this level here at the top? That's let me just make that in black, so at least you guys can see it. What that is, that's September's high. September's high, and then we also want to mark out freaking mid-range, the 2020 mid-range, just right here. Let's just do a different color, and I'm gonna go across from here so you guys can see, and then I'm gonna just talk about that in just a brief moment and see what happens. And this in black. Oops, put this black. And then we're just going to talk about these levels one by one, okay? We're going to focus on these levels one by one and not make it overcomplicated, okay? It is the weekly open and see what happens. Okay, number one. What do we have? The levels we got. The top line here represents 2021's mid-range, right? So this, as we approach here, it's going to be resistance. When we get back above it and hold above it, it's going to be bullish, right? Because then it becomes support. Because this becomes support. This was resistance, resistance, resistance over here. We lost this level here. So it's key level of resistance, right? The aim of a bear market is not just to keep shorting. The aim of the bear market is look for key levels to short off. So we know we got a couple of key levels here. So the first key level here is that now that price is coming into this area, we're finding a bit of resistance. What the hell's going on? So if I were to draw this, you see this low over here in particular, that's the low that's causing a bit of an issue there. So you can see this low here comes back down. We lose this level here, shoots back up, loses level. So there's a pivot, right? So every time we come into this level, we keep smashing above, smashing back down, retest. We close below it, but there's a retest, there's a deviation above it, and we come back down. So this is going to be a pivot level, right? Yes, we can push up higher like we've done in the past, in the previous weeks itself, not a big deal. But how do we play this, right? Number one is that if price were to actually come back up into these areas here, starts breaking down, right? And they start announcing a Fed pivot, boy, we need to get ready to short the fucking market, right? That's one level over here. The second level is taking out September's high, right? Whether we take out September's high and come into this area, whatever the fuck it wants to do, once we get back below September's high, we can send the market back down to mid-range, go back to range low, which is about, I believe it's here. This is the range low, around here. That's what I'll be looking for as a trade potential, right? So that's on a weekly. It looks all right, not too bad. We could come back into this level here just to find support, right? Maybe a wick into here, which is perfectly fine. So we'll see how that goes. Let's just drop it down on the hourly and see let's look on the daily. What the fuck the daily's looking like? The daily's looking all right. I mean, it's got, like I said, right? Areas of support I would like to look at is potentially the first pivot is right here. That's the first area that I want to see support. We've already found support once, right? We're coming back down. If we get back above here, of the daily, above this high here, which it comes down onto Wednesday's high, holds above it, then I'm like, yeah, let's go for September's high, right? September's high is over here. That's the high there, and that's a quick trade there. So that's that there in terms of a bullish play. If I look for on the 1 hour, let's have a look on the 1 hour. See what the fuck we got here. We've got a fucking downtrend going on. It's a bit of a bearish market structure in terms of on the ES right there. So let's have a look. So we're finding support. Let's have a look. Let's see. We've got this high here. That's one level there, and this is one level there. So this is the level that I'm interested right here, and this is the level that I'm quite keen about there. Okay, so those two areas there. So we're coming at support on the 1 hour. It's perfectly fine there. So 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock is there. All right, so 10 o'clock. All right, we'll see. It looks like this could be the low for the day potentially if it holds into this, reclaims and does something like this, like a bullish market structure. Let it do its thing. It's going back down. No, what? Let it do its thing. Once we hold above it, as a quick day trade, we can go back into the midpoint between these two levels over here. That's target 1, and target 2 go into the range high, and then from there we'll see what happens. Do we break back above it, and then we play the bullish play up to September's high? That'll be like my entry there. Or do we actually come back down, play it back down into the mid-range back to range low, and just keep range bounding until we actually are ready to actually break out? And that's pretty much it. Nothing else to actually talk about it in terms of ES. We'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens level to level in terms of that. I mean, what happens if it was to be bearish? Let's just have a look. If I bring this up there, let me take this up there. Well, if it was to be bearish, right, how would I actually get on board? So you see this this high here, right? To increase my probability, I would like to use that particular high there, right? Let it do its thing, right? Just pop up. Once we get back down, break down, finds bearishness there, then I can play back into taking out these liquidity there and see if we can squeeze into this high there. That's another opportunity there, and maybe fill out the whole inefficiency or fair value gap right in this area there to bounce off there. From there, we'll see what happens, because as a day trader, what I'll be looking for, okay, so this particular area here, if we come back down into here and hold above it, bullish market structure, I'm going to cut the trade and flip to longs, going back into 75% range, and then play back into, see, we've got a bit of a fucking, let's just draw this out there. We got a bit of a downtrend there, right there. And once we get back above it, hold above the downtrend, bullish market structure, keep going there, compound that shit up, take out these highs there, which is about the mid-range between this high and the 75% of the range, right? And then we can come back, and then like, yeah, I can compound there, look at the compound, play back there. This is your confirmation. Oh, well, yeah, this is your confirmation over here, and then let's fucking blast off there. That's pretty much it on ES. Nothing more to it just to say. TradeXO targeting the SEP September side for top. Yeah. I think it makes absolute sense. It makes absolute sense to actually, to target September's high. That's where liquidity is resting. Just to explain it briefly. If you look at liquidity is where like the stops are placed at. So when the market was going down, right, stops would be placed at swing highs, which it turns out to be at September's high over here. I mean, there'll be stops over here, stops over there, whatever the fuck it is. But we got stop. The key first stop we need to look at is this one over here. So when we shot back down, right, and people was bullish, right, there's liquidity, taking out liquidity in September's low, right. But then what happened is we run these lows there, push back up into the mid range. From the mid range, we reclaimed clean smash above it, breaking market structure, and all we've done, we've come up to 75%, and we're kind of trading above it, showing bullish market structure on the way up there. Higher highs, lower highs, so higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Just keep doing this, and it's a grind, and that's exactly what it looks like there. So it makes sense to at least take out liquidity there, and then we'll see what happens next then. All right, does the Fed pivot happens in January? If it does, we'll take the short there. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Enter a small short on LTC. I've entered a short on Ethereum. We'll talk about that in just a second there. So Ethereum, let's have a look. Give me a second there, 1 hour. Yeah, okay. I just want to see how the monthly open. We're holding on the monthly open. My short is really, really fucking tight. This is where my shorts are. So I might have to cut the trade. We'll see. I'm quite happy to get stopped out. Take out this is the highs there. We'll talk about it in just a second. Let's talk about Bitcoin though. Bitcoin. Okay, so what's happening over the last couple of 2-3 weeks itself? What we got is a range bound environment, right? So we got the weekly range, which is what we've done. All right, let me delete this. We don't need this no more. All right, let's just focus on the areas. The first area here is the weekly high, weekly low, and this is a range bound environment. We had a deviation on the upside, resistance. Question is, we're pushed up. Is this a deviation to come back down, break back below it, and then send it back down to 75 back to mid-range, and then we'll work it out if we can come back into this area. We don't know entirely itself. I'm ready for both scenarios, whether I'm bullish or bearish there. We got key resistance. This blue line, this blue box over here, what that is a consolidation of this particular area here, and we send the market back down. And all we've done, we've come back up to retest it once, retest it twice, we retest it the third time, we've run the highs on the blue box itself, and now we're in this range itself. We're holding the mid-range approximately. That's the thing is, that's the tricky thing here. We're above the monthly open, right? So it's like, remember I said to you, below the monthly open it's bearish. Above the monthly open is bullish, right? So above the monthly open, so it's looking for more bullish scenarios there. So it's looking, and we're making lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We're making bullish market structure. You can see they are starting to actually get smaller, right? We're good. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Okay, cool. So what I was saying is that we're making bullish market structure, all right? So we've got the lows, the higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And what's happening in particular is that this explosive move here is getting relatively smaller into this explosive move here. So is there a potential top here, a short-term top? I don't know entirely, but we can figure it out just then. How would we figure out if there's a short-term top, right? How would I short the market? Now, you can short the market with a stop loss above here. I'll probably put it up to here as an invalidation above these highs there. That's what you could be looking for a short-term play back into, well, I mean, if you want a short-term play back into the monthly open, that's one thing. Then I put, but you're looking for these stops there. But the confirmation to, that this is the short-term high, or it is a potential high over here, will be once we get back below the monthly open, starts breaking down back into the to the weekly range, bearish market structure, does something like this. This is now your opportunity to take a short back down to 25% of range, play back down to the mid-range, into these areas there, fill out the inefficiency, then we'll see, do we break down and play it back to 75 and range low. That's what we're looking for. I don't care about this liquidity here. I'm playing the range band scenario. So I'm happy to just sit down and just wait for it and see what happens now, right? It is still early in the month, right? We've already done the, so if I were to show you this, right? If I go on the monthly, it's still early in the month, right? We've done, it's a very small body candle, right? So we don't know how much of an expansion is. Are we ready to go into these areas here? Or we're going into these 17.5k or 18.2k and maybe 18.8k, which will be off this low here, which is July's range that we talked about. We played that range for months upon months. This is the range band environment right over here. And you know what? I wouldn't mind, right, if something like this for massive short, right, is like, let's just go on the daily actually. I wouldn't mind this, right? I really wouldn't mind this. I'd be down for this as well. So we've got the range low, which comes into July's low. July's high is here. I wouldn't mind coming back up into here, right? Do something like this. Maybe spikes up, right, into these areas there itself, or maybe into this particular high. I don't know, somewhere around here. And then once it breaks down, Fed pivot, fucking nuke the fucking market down, play it back down. It's going to be a grind. It's not going to be a fast drop. We're going to grind all the way through there. Once we lose this low there, and then, boy, it's fucking game on. Play back down, 12K, 14K, whatever the fucking number. I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't mind that as a short. But if it's going to be long, just keep playing the long in it. So we know what's happening there. So I've done the short scenario there. Let's have a look for the long scenario. How are we going to play this? Let's go on the 1 hour. So we're right here, right? We're right here. Now, to me, right, it's a bit different to the stocks, because the stocks is actually showing us that we're moving down, right? That's what ES is doing. But when you look at Bitcoin, we're pushing up. So it's slightly very different. To me, this looks like the potential high of the day. That's what it looks like right now. It looks like the potential high of the day. But do a Fibonacci here from the midnight low to the high over here. Mid-range comes in at 17.25K, around that area there. So I want to see how we get into this. I think we got a potential move to get to the monthly open. So if we hold above it, then, you know, I'm ready to actually take the long. Right? But I'm going to pick that up later. I'll have to pick that up in a second. And just move to the side. I should pick that up in it, but he's going to think I'm ignoring him. Mute him. I don't want to decline it to say like, yo, I'm rooting it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to cut. There you go. It's cut there. Cool. Sorry about that. No. Bro, if he can fucking wait in it. I'm talking to you guys, fam. Nitish, what's going on, my brother? Koikla, Kimanya. We got fucking Jordan Doherty. What's up? Daink Country Club, pick up. I ain't picking up shit. Hugh Janice is in the house, man. Good to have you here. So once we get into this, do a scenario like that, I can take a long, you know, back into here and see how we react on here. If this really is the low of the day, the high of the day, that's a potential play. And this is like all scalp play here. That's a very quick scalp play plan itself, really. But the truth is, right, let me just zoom out, right? I want you guys to actually just focus for a second, right? See where it gets a little bit interesting. So where the fuck is that? No, let's put on the fucking 4 hours. I'll do it on the 4 hours. And then you guys can do it on your own charts. So can't do everything for you. You're like fucking lazy fuckers, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Right. So this is what everyone's actually very concerned about. We talked about this before, right? And I'm just going to briefly just touch base on this as well. But this is what I think we're going to have a bit more of an explosive move. If we are going to blow up, right? This is what's going to happen, right? Price, right, on the 4 hours could do something like this. Push up. Once we get close above it and hold above it, that's not a problem. Once we get, like, that's when we can start saying, yeah, looking for longs to play up on the upside over here, right? To potentially these lows there, and then these area here. Now, I've highlighted this low. This is what I'm potentially thinking what's going to happen. There's no liquidity here. This is like an SR level. But this SR doesn't really give me much information. It doesn't tell me much, right? All it does, right, in this particular area here is that we had a quick retest, right? And then we had a quick smash and then a quick retest, all within 3 days in a row. It doesn't give me enough strength that 17.5K will be major resistance, right? We're gonna have to monitor how ES does at the same time. Don't lose sight of that. But what I'm thinking potentially is if we're gonna have a smash up, right, we could come back up there as a retest, right? And that's the retest. Bear man's will be thinking, yo, it's time to short in the market, and he would do something like this. Come back and hold into this area. This is when he says, yep, I can actually take a long here to play it back up. And once we reclaim this area there, then, you know, that's your confirmation, right? Because we've reclaimed off this level there. Then we can go to the next key level, which will be here. This will be the next key level to me, right? I'd say probably this low here, which is around 18.2K and at 18.1K on this chart on Coinbase. That'll be target 1, hold above it. Then we go to target 2, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's as simple as that. And then we see if this is a deviation or a retest. If it's a deviation, we step back in, play back up higher. Well, we don't need fucking November's monthly open. That's a bullshit monthly open there. Or do we actually come back? I mean, look, if I show October's range, where's October's range? This is October's low, and this is October's high. Yeah, this is October's high. Okay. The mid range comes right. So this is the base of it, right? So if we step into this, right, you can start working out in preparation. This is I'm doing the prep work for you already. So you can start working out that you can start focusing this level here once we're holding to October's low, right? Play back to 75% range, which comes to about the July's low. See how we react there. As long as we hold above it, then we can go to where the next target will be 19k, which is the mid range, and then from there we'll see if we can come into the 75% range, which comes into around these lows there and into the 25% range. And there, it's all this is all quite close enough there. Do we come back up into October's high and retest this and break down? I don't fucking know. We'll see how it is. Or does it come into this area and then come back down and play down into this area? If it holds support, play it up on the upside. If it doesn't, it starts breaking down, play it back down on the downside. You have a lot of time. Just be patient. There's no need to actually take every single trade or take every single longs and catch every highs and catch every shorts. I don't do that. So I don't think you should do that too as well. Just let it do its thing. Just be patient. It's a Monday, bro. It's a Monday. No one likes fucking Mondays. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like Mondays, why are you trying to rush into something? You know, there's no need to force anything unnecessarily. There really isn't any. Drop the 5 minutes. Let's see what's going on in 5 minutes before we actually carry on. Interestingly enough, right, we've got a range band environment. So if anyone's interested in some scalp, right, remember I said to you this is a range band environment. Where we're at the mid range. Let's just show it to you. Yeah, shows you that we're about the mid range. We've got a bit of a range band environment here. So as a scalp play, I've got this low here in particular, right? I'm just showing you for anyone who is actually interested in the scalp. Got this low in particular, and I would say this high in particular over here, right? This is not a bad scalp play. So if we were to scalp this, how do we do this? Let me just make this bigger. There we go. That's more like it. At least you guys can see this properly. Much more clear. So if you guys are on your phone, you guys can see this. You shouldn't actually have any issues going forward. Fuck it. Let's just run it this. Let's short term it there. Right. As a scalp player, I want to see price come back down. Right. I like to see if it comes back down, holds into it on the 1 minute, play it back up. Then I can play back into the mid range back to the range high. That's it. That's a scalp play. If you get back up, squeeze it into this high there, and we'll see what happens then. That's number one. When we come back up, let's just say that price doesn't do that. Price doesn't even give us that retest. How would I look to actually to enter in on confirmation? So this, you see this high there? Once we get back above this high there, whatever the deviation below here was, that'll be my hard stop there. Playing it back, it has a quick scalp play into these highs there, and then we'll see what happens if we start breaking down. Play it back down, level to level, and that's all it is. And on the breakout, like I said, play up to these highs there. On the breakdown, how do we play this? Let me just unfold this like that. On the breakdown, let it do its thing. Once we get back down, lose this low here, for example, then we can start sending it back down into this this low over here. This low here, which comes into about 17.22. Well, you'd be focused into these areas here, right? This area there. That's the, oops, you can't see it. Right there. What we've done then, we'll just end up filling out this little inefficiency over here off the 5 minutes. Then we'll see what happens. Do we come back down into the monthly open? From the monthly open and we hold above it, you know, cut the rest of the fucking trade. You got to take profits. It's a scalp play. Don't be holding profits because, don't be holding trades because what happens on scalps, right? It comes back down, it does something like this, and it could actually just reclaim, and you're like, you know what? It could be fucking, you're still talking to yourself, it could be fucking bearish, and my stop loss is over here, and and next thing is you do this, and it stops you out. It's a scalp play. Take the fucking shorts, man, and take the fucking longs and shorts, and take your profits, man. This is, if you can take profits on scalp play, you can't have any trouble there. You can't really have any trouble. I'm just having a look. Let's see how this works. Let's see if we can get something out of it. 1 second. All right, let's have a look. Let's see if we get something out of it. Be interested in this. Let's our plays and see what happens. So we came into this area here. Fan resistance. That's that. Fan resistance over here. That's the area. So that's the bounce. Right. Okay. So interestingly enough, right? Because I'm in a short on Ethereum, I do want to see Bitcoin start breaking down. So if we lose this low here, right, where we come into this area here, this area consolidation, right? As you can see, we consolidated, we consolidation, come back down, retest once, make the low, retest the second time. That low is holding. So if we lose this low here, that, I mean, I would have liked to take a scalp, a short over here, which is not a problem. I'm gonna short on Ethereum since I'm not too fussed anyway. Confirmation on a scalp play is just do something like this on the downside. We could well come back here, do something like that, pop back up, and then do this. This is your confirmation on the downside to play back into this area there. Once we lose this area, let's go down, take out the fair value gap there, and then there's liquidity, small little liquidity right on the downside over there, and then we can take that off. That's a fucking play there. That's a fucking play. I would like to do a scalp play. Looks a bit shorter. Yeah, is it? But like, even you can still scalp a short anyway. You can still scalp a short. Like, I would like to do it. Like, I wouldn't mind doing a scalp play and just sitting down watching this and take this trade with you guys. But because I've got in 1 hour, well, in an hour and 15 minutes, I've got to be at the coroner, so I'm not gonna really do this at the moment. But that's your plan there. I'm giving you free plans there, so you guys can check it out and just monitor it and see how that goes. So we'll see how it goes. You love Monday since you met me. Oh, bro. I'm glad I did that affect you because I don't like Mondays since I met myself. I don't know about you, bro. I don't know how you like Mondays. But fuck Mondays. No one likes to go to work on Mondays, man. Wish it was a fucking Friday, fam. You know what I'm saying? Bless you, my bro. Good to have you here, though. So that's BTC. Let's talk about Ethereum. See what the deal is. Ethereum's hanging on the monthly open, right then. So let's have a look, right? So that's my play. So I entered in on this. I literally just, as soon as I entered in, I was like, yo, guys, I think, yeah, I'm going in. So far, I'm so good. Probably half an hour up, or maybe a little bit less than that. Not a fucking big deal. Never mind. We'll see how the deal goes on the rest of the day. So let's just talk about Ethereum for price action wise. Let's go on the weekly. All right, so weekly, what we got here? A range band environment. Okay, so just highlight this. Now, I would if let me give you this as an exercise. I did this on the thingy on Twitter. The video was there, right? But I just want to show you this, right? Like, I really would have wanted price to come back below here. So it looks like we're just taking out last week's high and the week before high, right? And we had closed below here, and he pushed back up, right? And then it would increase the probability to play because we're below the monthly open as well. Would have been below the monthly open. At the moment, we're bouncing on the monthly open. We would have pushed it back down, take out this liquidity there, and look at the take out liquidity over here. That'll be like target 1, target 2, target 3. That's what we're looking for, and take out these liquidity there. That's what I would have loved to do, but it didn't do that. Instead, it pushed up, but it closed within last week's the 2 weeks ago's high, right? So I am in the short here. It's quite aggressive, very aggressive actually. But I'm anticipating this to be a lower high, right? I'm anticipating it as a lower high. It's being very aggressive. Sometimes you go wrong, you get stopped out. Sometimes you get it right, and he does really, really fucking well, right? And when he does really, really fucking well, it is like a fucking beaut and a half. But what I want to show you is this now, right? So let's look at the range bound environment here. So we got October's low. We're above October's low, right? I don't really mind about October's low. I'm just looking forward to see how we react at the mid range, right? Just as a short term, as a pullback, if we come back down here for Monday, and then Monday's on Tuesday we take out Monday's low, then reclaim Monday's low. I mean, already I've taken a shot from here to play it down into here, which would be quite like, I think that'd be quite sweet. But we'll see what happens. But just looking at it as a price action point of view, we are at the range high itself. We are unable to break above this high here. This is the high that's capping the market itself. Well, really, this is the high that's capping the market. This is the high that we can't break above. Once we break above it, bullish market structure, then we can go into the mid range. Well, yeah, mid range itself, which comes, well, this is July's mid range, which comes into about $1,400, and then I'll look at 1440. 1440 is previous all-time high. These are my targets for longs itself, right? So that's the weekly there. Let's drop it down to the daily, see what happens. Daily wise, as you can see, we had a bit of a little tease going on over here. I'm doing another tease. See this tease over here? Small little peekaboo above the range high itself. And here right now we're doing the same little small, possibly small peekaboo here. London's open. Seem to make the high for London itself probably. If I'm right, I think we should go down on the downside. I would like to see in terms of a date of reactionary areas there. Looking at what's possible. We got this low here. I think that's going to be the first area of resistance, which comes into about 1262. So let's have a look at what that happens. Let's zoom down onto the 1 hour. 1262 I said, which comes into here, this low here, which makes sense. That's the low. Yeah, that makes absolute sense for a short. Like, you know, if we come back down, bearish market structure, you can actually take a trade here, a hard stop here. This is where you're completely wrong. Play it back down, probably like a 1.5 hour trade there, and then we'll see what happens. If we start to hold above it, cut the rest of the trade, but take some profits at this base here. If we do get back down and break below it, play it back down, take out this liquidity here, and let's see how we react off this particular low here, or well, this high here. That'll be the next area here. That'll be target 2, target 3. If we can squeeze into the mid range, I'd be quite happy with that as well. Then I'm happy to actually take the profits and see what happens, or maybe keep a little bit left over and see how we react going further. So, but I'm just talking about the mid range itself. I'm not focused about this. I'm not focused about this or any other line. I'm just talking about the mid range. It's a day trade, all right? I'm just making plans ahead of time itself to see what the potential play is. So that's the shorts there, and in the confirmation for shorts. What you'll be looking for is getting back below this area consolidation here. Can you see this consolidation on the 1 hour? You can see it's just like a bodily candle there. Come back down, retest, come back down, retest, come back down, retest, come back down, retest as well. So we're retesting it. So if it was to be bullish, right, how I'd like to see is to get back up, hold above this, then I can flip my longs, right? My idea from shorts to longs. This will be absolute confirmation there. I'm happy to take a trade over here to play up to 1400 to 1440, and that's all it is. Nothing else, nothing too complicated. Simple as that. It is a Monday. Don't get too fucking stressed out. Let it do its thing. Like right now, we have this. I had this trend line here. I had this trend line going on here. Support, 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 support. Then we lose it. We come back up. I mean, you can say, is this a deviation or what's going on here? Once we lose, really and truly, once we get back below here, that's it. We're coming back 25 and then range low. As the plans are from I explained to you there, and that's it pretty much. That's it really with Ethereum. Ethereum wise, where can we? Oops, there we go. Like what I like to see is to get below that monthly open. Once we get below the monthly open, as a quick little trap, not a trap, like a quick little trade, right? Let's have a look. What we got here? So we got this. So this high here in particular was Saturday's high. It's the weekend's high. So if we got the weekend's high over there, 5 minutes. Alright, cool. So let's just focus on this. You can see this actually. What's going on over here? Just fucking do that there. So you see this like a bit of a support going on over here. You can see. Let's do this right here properly. Yeah, we've got a bit of a support network going on over here. Support. We're just grinding into it. Still not really for me to, I mean, we can pop up into this particular low over here, pop up, and if we do something like that, that's the lower high, and then let's go a lot more low because we're taking out this low on the smaller time frame there. So the market structure is starting to shift to the downside to me. That's what it's starting to tell me. It's starting to shift over, but really and truly, once we get back below here, below the monthly open, quick little scalp trade into this area here, target 1, and then let's see how we go to target 2. Once we get back below here into the weekly range, then let's play it back down. That's pretty much it, guys. So giving you some day trades, giving you some scalping opportunities, giving you some views on what's happening in terms of like how we're gonna flip the longs, how we're gonna actually take shorts. Crypto's looking like it's coming into is at resistance. Yes, we're above the monthly open, but it's a smaller time frame though. It's not. If we close above the monthly open, like on a daily or a 4 hour, then I'd be like, okay, cool. This is looking interesting. So I would like to see how New York Open works out. As long as if I'm right, New York should actually be a dump. If I'm right, so we'll see. We'll see how it is. And when I say dump, I'm not saying we're gonna dump it back down to fucking smithereens. I'm just talking about like it's a short term dump trade. That's it. It's a short trade, and we just hit the trade and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll have Monday's range. We'll see what the deal is. Any question, guys? If I head off, it's 11:06. Appreciate that, Bomb Biggie. Smash the likes, everybody, man. Show some love as well, man. Let's see what happens. Second there. Cool. All right, then. I'm going to head off then. And we'll call it a day. We've got the plans there. Hopefully that helps you guys there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, around same time, 10:15. If there's going to be any difference of timing or whatever, if there's not going to be a stream in the morning or it's going to be in the afternoon or something like that, I'll find out. I'll know by later today what the deal is in terms of like funeral wise. If we're going to have a funeral tomorrow, I will announce on Twitter. So do follow me on Trader Daink. on Twitter, and I'll announce it there that like we'll do a stream like way later in the afternoon, or probably do one in the midnight or something like that. But that will all be announced then. If it's going to be like if you see no announcement, then assume it's going to be 10:15 as normal. All right. So that's it for me, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for coming on. Teresa Gomez, good to have you here, man. Lewis here, Morningstar, good to have you here, my bro. Ahmed's in the house. Hugh Janus, Nitish, you take care. As you know, God gives and God takes in it. That's what it is, in it. So yeah, so that's it. That's all blessed with me. Speak to you soon. Take care. Love everybody. Bye.